Hooty hoo, everybody. How are you tonight? Welcome to the Drunken Disorderly podcast. I'm your guest speaker this evening, Mr. Z-Track, Scott. How many of you know me? How you ladies doing tonight?
I mean, we're here.
Yeah, I get to hang. This is the only time I get to hang out with my friends, so I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm tired as fuck. I mean,
There's that too, which is odd. Well, I mean, you're still working, but for me, it's odd because I'm really not doing much of anything.
And Aaron, you had the excitement of some storms.
oh yeah, it's fucking crazy, man. Out of like, I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming.
Yeah.
That's always good.
That's why I was late coming down to get the link up because I was outside watching them roll, and we were getting some weather here.
We are
a little bit.
Oh,
we know
yeah.
it fizzled out before it got to us. It was unfortunate, but I was fun watching it roll in. So
I mean,
no,
we got
Carl,
some
I'm not
decent hail.
back. So
We got some decent hail.
You got some hail. I don't envy you there. I don't want any of
My
that.
fucking green screen's all pixelating and shit right now. You guys see that nonsense?
It happens.
It is what it is. It's because it's a shit green screen. I need to get a good screen.
Yeah, the good green screens. I don't know. I have some fun with the green screen. I kind of gave up on it in these live events and that's because I got tired of the pixelations, and I still vape. You know what I mean? So and the vape clouds make it all pixelated and make it crazy looking. So, yeah, I got rid of the green screen for lack of a better term. I still use it like on Nerd Night when we were doing the role playing game over the internet. But other than that, I don't use it.
So what is a bad green screen and what's a good green screen? How do you shop for a good green screen?
It's all about size and texture. So mine has kind of got a canvasy texture to it. It's a little bit. It's more sturdy. I knew that I'm going to leave it hanging up on the wall. I knew that I've got cats that are probably going to be like, "Ooh, what's this cool green thing?"
Right.
You know. So I wanted to get something a little bit more durable, but I think something a little bit more silky.
Gotta be careful about light reflection onto
the light reflection thing. You got to be real careful about light. It's got to be like a dead, real flat green.
So like this one, mine is actually 2 flannel backed vinyl tablecloths that are blue, but there is a little pattern in them. So the plan is, because I'm doing a whole bunch of renovations, is to just paint. I'm just going to use paint.
So what about the one? Have you guys seen the one that attaches to the back of the chair? That's the one I'm considering.
I haven't seen that.
Okay. The one that's okay.
I don't know. Mine's a big frame. I have a huge frame.
Yeah.
It's like a standing banner frame like we use at events and shit.
Oh, okay. Chair. But they make them so they go right on the back of the chair, Jerry?
Yep.
Nice.
I found it right here. Yep. Here, I'm going to drop a link. Hold on.
Dropping a link, yo.
How come I can't drop a link in that? I'll have to go to Facebook to do it.
I mean, like, thank you guys for all tuning in tonight. If there's some shit you want us to talk about, let us know because
hit us up.
We're
just mostly hanging out. You're what?
We're present, but that's about it.
Yeah. No, I miss sports. I know you guys miss sports at all. I miss places.
Anything but that, Beasley. Because I'm not wasting my time on some bullshit like that.
We're not talking about that.
Addressed, don't anybody else come up either.
We're not talking about that.
Yeah, we already decided.
I'd rather talk about baseball. I'm not even a big baseball fan, but I found myself in a position where I was like, it'd be really nice to watch a baseball game, and there's no baseball going on right now. But I'm not like a diehard baseball fan, and I'm not that guy that like I've got a team that I follow, and that's about it. But come football season, I usually stop tuning out the baseball, and I would just watch the football. But I found myself missing baseball so much that I went out and I bought the Xbox game, RBI 19, so I could play baseball in my living room.
I have a patient who loves to watch tennis. Like it's part of his routine. and he's been really fortunate, I guess, that he subscribes to the tennis channel, so he's watching all these old matches.
Okay.
And like today, it was Venus Williams versus Serena Williams, and he said, "Man, I forgot how good Venus Williams was." Yeah, he's watching all these old recaps. I'm with you, Mercedes. I miss all the bars.
Yeah.
I miss the clubs, like my clubs. It's hard to have a rope night in the middle of quarantine. Just saying.
Right.
Oh.
I mean, and the good thing is most of us already had masks. Our masks are a little different, but most of us already had
a little more fun, maybe, the creative.
Right.
Could you imagine if I wore a full fucking zip front hood to the grocery store?
That's funny.
I'm so sick of, like, I don't know if you guys get this shit, but I get so much attitude from everyone at the store lately, and I'm over it.
I want to get, dude, you know how you fix that? Get on Amazon or go to the dollar store and get a couple of little pocket-sized air horns. And every time anybody gives you shit at the store, just hit that fucking air horn.
Oh, jeez.
And blow it and go, hi!
You know, I'm trying to, you know, obey the rules and be nice and whatnot. It's never fucking enough. It's never enough.
I don't know why it made me think of it, but do you remember when we were all in Omaha for the Young Convention and we look out the door and there's like fireworks going off because there's some kind of baseball game.
Yeah.
Right? And Dre's like, fuck, there's a lot of people over there. And I'm like, how many flyers do we have left? And Dre's like, fuck, just a minute. So she comes out with all these flyers, and it's a mad dash over to that parking lot, and we flyered the parking lot.
I forgot about that.
Remember that? That was badass. I was so high.
I must have already started drinking.
We were so high. And so we're over there just like stoned off our asses, flying this whole parking lot.
Because I remember asking the police that we had hired for private security
if it was legal.
Like, what will happen if they tell us to stop or whatever? That's it. They'll just tell you to stop. Okay, here we go.
Yeah, we're like, cool, we're in. Dre wanted to really make sure that we weren't going to get like ticketed or cited for littering or something. Or somebody threw it down.
Because that's a thing. That is a thing. Yeah, depending on where you're at, they'll write you a ticket for littering, which is BS.
Right, and that
you're giving it to somebody else to litter.
They're the ones who are going to throw it on the ground. I'm putting it on somebody's dashboard.
Did you guys see this shit in Ohio today? So the governor in Ohio comes out and says that masks are not going to be mandatory. Now, this governor has been really hardcore with this shutdown shit, right? With this overreach shit. Now he comes out and is like doing one semi-okay thing, and people are fucking flipping shit.
Yeah.
It's
no masks.
That's crazy. Our governor wants us to allow us to go eat at dine-in restaurants, but everyone's required to stand 6 feet apart from each other and required to wear masks at all times.
How are you going to eat with the mask on?
Good question, right?
Exactly.
And he's so smart. Here's my thing. Look, let's say your governor tomorrow says, we're not going to have any more social distancing requirements. If you are a citizen in Nebraska who is concerned, you're not required to fucking participate. It's like an orgy, man. You get to tap out.
You don't have to go. Everybody's invited, but you don't have to participate.
Right. You don't have to go. You don't have to go.
Yeah, there's a lot of people just pushing this, that, or the other. And I'm like, how do you know that there's just one right answer? Like, why don't you just calm down and just...
There's never just one right answer, and that's the bitch, right? That's the bitch.
Yeah. So yeah, with this one, you just got to follow your instincts, you know?
Exactly.
Like in my family, we're on quarantine. We're not going out of our way to excessively go out of the house, but we're not bunkered in for 3 weeks. You know what I mean? Like, I've been out to the store every week, and Mel's been out of the house, and I've even had the kids that we went and got the car washed. You know what I mean? Like, we went out and got the car washed the other day, and we've spent a lot of time out riding the bikes and hiking and walking around, and like, we're not hunkered down. So I don't really feel like this quarantine thing. Like, I'm washing my hands, I'm not touching my face, I'm not shaking anybody's hands. You know what I mean? I'm respecting people's distance. But I get the dirty looks because I don't wear the masks at the store.
You guys have the whole quarantine shit a little bit easier though, because like you're both married.
Right.
Being single in quarantine is a fucking bitch.
It's gotta suck. It's gotta suck. You know what I mean? Like,
you still go visit the same people that like you've already been around. Like I go see my daughter all the time.
Some, yeah, but a couple of them are like they're higher risk than I am as far as potentially possessing a higher viral load, right?
So we've been doing porch hangouts. You know what I mean? So we go over to people's houses and we just hang out on the front porch.
Yeah, porch hangouts are cool, but that's not what I'm into dating for.
No, I understand. I understand.
And when my go-to guys are paramedics and shit, it just doesn't.
Oh shit!
Yeah, we're not doing that.
Yeah. Right.
Oh, thanks. Yeah.
Yeah, and plus, what do you like? There's no lead up. There's no. It just fuck.
That's funny.
It's not like I can just go to the dungeon and pick somebody up, or that doesn't work right now.
Yeah, that's a thing. Like you can go to a dungeon and pick somebody out. Okay, I imagine that's a thing. I mean,
it's a thing.
It's not my thing, but.
Well, you thought everybody who went to a dungeon was in a committed relationship? I mean,
I figured. Yeah, who knows?
Fuckers.
My world, man.
There are people that like find their spouse or their mate at the grocery store in the bank. So why not a dungeon?
Why not? Why not?
I knew a girl who was a stripper and her husband was a regular, and they ended up getting married. And I'm like,
that happens a lot.
Interesting.
Are they still married?
I don't know. I was taking a class with her a couple of years ago, and she was a nice girl.
I haven't seen a whole lot of those work out. Like I haven't seen a whole lot of those types of relationships work out. Typically, guys that are customers at strip clubs have a white knight syndrome, right? They have this belief that they're rescuing somebody.
That makes sense.
And a lot of times when they figure out that they've hooked up with somebody who's independent, who's been seeing to their own needs and making bank, doesn't really need them for financial means or whatever else, and it was only truly interested in them because of a hope for a symbiotic relationship. Sometimes that goes south.
Yeah. Well, he made her quit. And
of course he did. Of course he did. Because I loved what you were doing when it was me sitting there, but yeah, fuck that shit.
That's funny. I don't think he was.
Oh, that's true. That's
military, but I know he was a like a contractor guy, like construction.
Yeah. Heard that the guys that are shocked. They go to a strip club, they pick up a stripper, they get involved with a stripper, they marry a stripper, and then they're shocked that she wears a bikini to the pool.
Like what was she doing to your face on stage in front of 50 people last week, dude? Come on.
And then like at least 30 other dudes later.
You're freaked out that somebody might not be demure enough for you at this point. Come on.
Right. I couldn't do it.
They're out there. I knew a girl I went to school with ended up marrying a guy who was like 9 years older than her when we were young. And he was super weird about sex. Like he didn't want to do certain things with her because that was his wife, and they didn't do those things because those were too dirty.
So what? He somebody else to do those things?
Like, right. I'm like, I don't understand. So I don't understand. I'd ask her like, so what does that mean? We just don't do those things. He won't do them with me. I'm his wife. But those are like really mild, regular things people do on the. Oh God, it was just odd and bizarre. I think it was a Catholic hang up.
Okay, so and a lot of times, especially if it's a green dominant, right, or a new dominant, they'll come in and they'll be like, oh, well, I don't want to hurt anybody. I can never do that. I don't want to hurt anybody. And vanilla people, especially, that guy must be an abuser. He whipped that girl on that scene. Well, of course he did. She wanted him to. It was consensual. It works for her. The abuse would have been saying, sorry that's what works for you, but fuck you. That's abusive. Heaven forbid.
Yeah.
Got married to
So
Elfie
I'm
just so I could do
okay,
all the dirty things. You couldn't do any of the dirty things before you were married? What the fuck?
Sorry, I had to look at my watch party, make sure she's not watching. I
Oh,
came
that
this
would be
close
funny
to
as
saying
shit.
her name. I came so close to saying her first name.
Hey, dude, be careful because video's forever. Just because she's not watching tonight doesn't mean she won't be watching later.
That's
I'm
funny.
not secret
No
safe,
names.
girlfriends.
No names.
That's always a
Secrets
risk
are always
on our
safe.
show. No, man, dude, that's always a risk on our show because we get really drunk and we get really high and we forget that all of our viewers are there because we just hanging out, right?
Because we're just hanging out having a conversation.
And we'll be like, hey, you remember that time that so-and-so put his dick in your face? And what the fuck was that?
I do remember that. Oh, no, that's
That was funny, right?
Stinky.
Right? Oh, God. You guys are awesome.
Oh, shit, dude.
I
I'm
can't wait
so
till I'm
tired. I'm so tired.
Are you?
I'm almost like jealous of people whose job has been classified non-essential right now.
I bet.
I'm tired.
Well,
Yeah.
if it makes you feel any better, I tried to go to bed last night and John's in there sleeping and it was diagonal for a bit. Then he like every time he turned over, he turns over like this.
Does he starfish? Does he just like face spread out?
No, but he had an arm under my pillow, which makes my pillow unusable for me.
Sure.
And then like he'd roll over and elbow me or like knee me, and I'm like, and then he's smacking his lip. I'm like, if he does one more thing, I'm going to the couch. So I go out to the couch and I'm got the TV on. I've got myself settled. I'm about ready to go to sleep. He comes out here and he starts digging in the fucking refrigerator and he finds the loudest thing in there, which is like the plastic wrapper on cheese slices. I'm like, oh my God, I just want to sleep. Can you go the fuck to bed?
Chips are worse because you got the bag and the crunch and the bag and the crunch.
He couldn't get it open or the cheese out once he got it open. It literally felt like an eternity.
Oh my God.
That's awesome.
So for Christmas, Brady,
you need a bigger bed.
You need your own room.
Oh, I can't wait till we get a bigger place. We're gonna have 2 beds for these kinds of nights.
Yeah.
You need a spare room.
Yeah, and I'll have an office so he doesn't have to leave, and so I can do this when he's still home.
That would be
Because
cool.
you guys know if he's here, he's gonna talk.
He's going to jump right in. Yeah.
Yeah.
That doesn't bug me. I like John.
The only person that bugs is John.
Yeah, I think John's cool. We should get John to do the show with us one night.
Oh, he refuses. I can't be
Exactly.
online.
Exactly. Like I said, the only person that it bugs is John. You know what I mean?
So
The only way we get him on is if we do a
we trick him.
roast.
Mr. Z, we're getting viewer comments that say they don't believe that you've had a penis in your face because you said you can't even play Fuck, Marry, Kill on the show because you're married.
We have fans. That's funny.
You're not reading all this over here?
No. Because it's just us hanging out, having a conversation. I forgot the whole interwebs out there doing their thing.
Right?
I know, but I can't help it.
What the fuck?
That's funny. I am a dude, and I've been around dudes my whole life, and inevitably, when you're around dudes, a penis falls out and is being
Somebody
waved around.
gets teabagged.
It happens. Inevitably, a penis gets shown at some point in time. So, I'm not actually had one like shoved in my face, but I've had plenty in my face.
But like that's the go-to is like teabag him or show him your dick or moon
guys
him.
do
Like
weird shit with their dicks. They do. They helicopter shit. And
yeah,
they do.
I'm not that guy. I'm personally not that guy. Just so you guys are aware, I am not that guy.
You probably were at 4.
I have some modesty. You know what I mean?
So you don't get out of the shower and do tricks for your wife?
No.
Come on.
No. Can I say that I have never? No, I can't say that I've never. But I can say that. I mean, we've been together for 15 years, and now I just go take a fucking shower. You know what I mean?
You never like get out of the shower, stretch out naked on the bed, prop your glasses up on Mr. Happy, and stick a cigarette under him, take a little selfie. Come on.
Oh my God.
She wouldn't be into that. That's not her jam, dude. So the trick and I was going to chime in earlier, that's right, about relationships, and like the secret is finding someone that has the same kind of dirty interests you've got.
Right.
And it's all compatible, right? Nobody wants for anything. You're willing to do whatever they want, you're willing to do, and whatever I want, she's willing, you know what I mean? Like that's the secret.
And you feel comfortable saying that, right? You feel comfortable saying whatever you want them down for, because you know the next thing out of their mouth isn't going to be like, let's sacrifice a live animal or some shit, right?
Straight up.
You know that.
Straight up. Yeah. So my wife wouldn't be into that. She wouldn't be into me dressing up my penis and sending her pictures of it. She wouldn't be down with it. She's like, she's not interested in that. You know what I mean?
Jess.
Oh, that's our calendar, Dre. Penis is in drag. You got to dress your penis in drag and take a picture.
Like a little dress. You have to get little homemade dresses on it.
Yeah.
Like, so people are going to make little homemade. Oh, my God.
Maggie talked about dudes from Creighton Prep. Yeah, those guys have definitely had penises in their face. For sure. Like, yeah.
Look, I have spent time with multiple men who think helicopter dick is fun. Yeah, it amuses me. Some of them are watching. Hi.
Right? Hi, good job. I mean, what do you say to somebody like that? Good job.
You know who you are. Thank you for helicopter dick, BB.
Yeah.
I find it, funny on occasion.
Penis Puppet Show, absolutely. Mercedes, absolutely. There's our Pornhub channel, Penis Puppet Show with D&D Liberty.
Puppet shows, yeah. All right.
See any answers.
Oh my God.
Funny. You guys are funny. You guys are funny.
Oh, dude.
I need a tissue. Be right back.
I totally miss like the together time we had like for Unconvention and just our hangout, fucking cut loose, nobody fucking cares time.
Sure. I miss all that too, man. It's crazy. I went over to a buddy's house the other night. We did a fire pit in his backyard, but we totally social distance. Like we were just out in the backyard hanging out. It was his birthday, man. I can't let him.
Dude, you can get the at-home test for like $40. Gives you a result in 3 minutes. If you know you're negative, or you've already had it, and you know your buddy is negative, or he's already had it, there's no reason to socially distance.
So we can get the tests?
Yeah.
Well, fuck it then. Hugs are back. Hugs are back on the table, ladies and gentlemen.
You need to do the test right then, right? Because 20 minutes later, you could go somewhere else and maybe pick it up. But
right. Okay, hugs are not back. I'm not hugging anybody.
Getting tested by the government isn't easy because anytime the government's involved, it's a cluster.
They fuck it all up. Yeah, they fuck it all up.
So since they're cheap, you just buy them in bulk and take them all the time?
If you want. I mean, it's a finger prick. You might develop a fetish.
I don't think so. But okay, so also I really want to take a test that tells me if I had it and I was
right. So that's what you want. What you want is a finger prick antibody test. Yeah, it's an antibody test. And when they started running them in New York had one of the grimmest pictures we were seeing. Right, something like 3% death rate, 4% death rate. When they started running them in New York, and they found out how many people had already had it, who had really mild cases or were asymptomatic or didn't really get sick, their death rate dropped to 0.78%. So yeah, right now the numbers look horrible. And yes, lots of people are dying. They are. Lots of people are dying. Factual. But the numbers are likely not nearly as grim as the picture that's been painted for us. And the only way to know that is to test everybody.
Yeah. People are asking,
depending on the day, honestly, I might be the dick that'd be like, no, it's none of your business. I might.
I've seen more and more people.
You have other things to do since you're not on the show tonight.
How do you get those tests?
No, he's just not feeling like he had a day, right? Like Raptor had a day.
I'm
Mercedes is asking how you get those tests. So
she's making fun of your drunken white girl sex. So missionary. Oh, okay. Oh, Zach. Yeah, shut up.
Shoot.
There are a couple distributors for those tests. A Google search should help hook you up with who's got them and who doesn't and where you can order them.
Now, Mercedes has been doing a good job making masks for people.
Unfortunately, now that the government has approved them, it could get more difficult to get them. Because now they're going to say that you have to have a medical professional read your results. This is a test a test strip that looks very similar to a pregnancy test. If you can read a home pregnancy test, you can read this test.
If you can read, if you can tie your fucking shoe. Oh,
it doesn't involve venipuncture. It just doesn't. He says they call me Steve-O and I put the I in team on my back. Oh, I put the team on my back. Dude, we promised we weren't going to talk about that.
Yeah. Ouch.
So, what are we not talking about?
Nothing.
When Zach puts the team on his back.
Oh, go team, go. we gotta rally somehow. No, we're not talking about that either.
Fuck off, Beasley. We don't give platform to retreads. You picked the wrong fucking show.
What do you think? Do your homework. Do your own homework. Make up your own mind. Don't rely on us to make up your mind for you. Do your own homework. Figure it out. That's what I say to that, Beasley. I don't even know you.
Like, dude, you really don't want me to even get into it.
Mr. Beasley, I'll address you respectfully because I don't know you, Mr. Beasley.
You don't even want me getting into that. You just don't. I don't have nice things to say.
There you go.
Oh, Tit Fest.
I already voted.
Oh.
I already voted in our primary. Not that it matters. Zach, I'm not voting for
Tits up for freedom, bitches.
Send me the link. I'll vote.
It's funny. I want to hear the rant, though.
Tit
You don't
Fest.
want to
Can
hear
we
the
talk
rant.
about Tit Fest?
Yeah, let's talk about Tit Fest. When is this? When, where?
So a lot of those details still have to be secured, right? We live in currently in an incredibly fluid situation. But Tit Fest is going to be badass. Speakers, entertainers, music, all kinds of shit. It's going to be great. Taxation with theft.
Got a location?
Not yet.
What are you thinking? What are you leaning towards?
It's not my thing. It's not my whole thing. I'm just
You're just the messenger.
Yeah.
You're just the messenger. All right. Well, keep us posted on that for sure.
Yeah,
I'm all about that. I'm all about that life.
Yeah.
Like the next thing that I can go to, I'm going to. That'll be so fun.
Right.
I'm going to invite you to an orgy then.
You know what I mean. Something I can actually participate in.
I'm not an orgy kind of guy.
Everybody needs a fluffer, girl. Come on.
No, thanks. That sounds sticky and icky.
Yes, Mercedes, he will. It's his festival.
Oh, it's his. So is maybe out east. Whoa.
Tit is taxation is theft. T-I-T. Tit.
She hasn't seen the stickers.
That's why.
God.
That's a ton of missionary with the lights off. You're going to the wrong orgies, brother. I mean, it's true that at some point there's too many people involved in an action. At some point, it's just asses and elbows.
You're right.
He said it's just a digital event.
Oh.
It'll be great.
Digital. So that means I don't have to wear pants.
No.
Well, you never have to wear pants anyway. When's the last time you saw a sign that said no shirt, no shoes, no pants, no service?
No, they never mentioned the pants. I do remember a time at a Fuddruckers in Phoenix, Arizona, where pants were on the menu for $50. I tried to sell my pants at Fuddruckers, and we put it on the menu. Nobody ordered my pants.
Yeah. Oh, jeez.
I'm shocked, actually.
I know.
We ordered it.
People asked about it, but I think the price was too high. I was asking $50.
Yeah.
If I was asking 20, somebody would have definitely bid.
Oh, yeah.
Totally.
I mean, it was a different time, you know. That was 20 years ago.
After the bar, people are missing different items. Like I've gone into establishments to eat at all hours minus shoes or something like that.
One of my favorite bars that I used to frequent before I moved, when you walked in, there was a wall of panties because they collected them.
Panties?
So if you wanted immortality, you could take your panties off and put them on the wall.
Oh boy.
There was a steakhouse in Phoenix that did that with ties. Totally different scenario. But
ties is probably a little more sanitary for a steakhouse.
I would say probably, yes. Ties hanging from the ceiling. I never once thought about anything oozing or dripping onto my plate.
Right?
Right? Yes.
No little friends hanging on.
No.
I mean, look, like I can't tell you that those were not oozing and dripping. I intentionally tried to not get that close to them, but
Sure.
it did add some ambiance.
Sure.
It was always funny when vanilla people would walk into that bar, right? Because there's a candle on every table. So the way it works, it was largely a swingers bar. So if you walk in and you light your candle, that means you're open to company.
Oh.
So vanilla people would walk in like on a date going, oh, that bar looks packed. Let's go there. Okay, whatever.
Look, a candle. It's romantic.
Oh, honey, like that candle. Yeah. And then they're like bombarded, man. Oh, they had Christmas candles on. Oh. Yeah.
Oh, buddy. That's funny. That's something that would happen to my wife and I.
Totally. Yep. That. So is vanilla people just people that don't participate in the lifestyle?
Yeah, vanilla people are people who have missionary sex with the lights off. They probably tried 3 or 4 different positions in their lifetime, and
Oh, good. I'm not a vanilla person.
and they might say something like a vanilla chick might say something like "ooh, spank me," but if she actually got spanked, she'd be like, "Bitch, that hurt.
That hurt now.
What's wrong with you?"
All right. I'm glad to know my wife and I are not vanilla people.
I don't know. What's in your toy box?
I don't want to talk about that stuff.
Scott and I are bound by the constraints of our significant others and their.
I am missing Raptor tonight.
I know you are.
Damn.
I know you are.
Okay, how big's your toy box?
So, well, big enough for my wife. So we'll leave it at that. And I'm a Jedi master in the streets, but a Sith in the sheets, so to speak. So
to speak.
You know what I mean? Like
allegedly.
She's super happy. I'm super happy. We're well taken care of.
That's what works, man.
That's what works, right? We explore each other's kinks, and the kinks are good enough. And
now, look, you guys have been married what, 15 years now?
We've been together 15 years. Yeah, quite a long time. We never fight about anything. She's my best friend without a doubt.
So how do you guys keep it spicy 15 years in?
Through dialogue, man. We have conversations. We fucking get deep, and we have deep conversations, and we connect spiritually on that level. And yeah,
that's what keeps shit spicy, is the ability to communicate. It really is.
Yeah, dude. That's where it all began for she and I, just being able to sit down and fucking talk for 6, 7, 8 hours, 10 hours at a time, and not even bat an eye. And
when you're that tight and the communication is that good, you can be like, oh, what the fuck did they just do? Let's do that. Right? Movies, whatever.
Yep. That's
There's
straight
some
up.
hot scenes in great Game of Thrones, man. You could be like, hey, baby.
Yeah.
You should try to take my Iron Throne. Really?
Yeah.
The books are way better than the.
I like to put her on the wall and shoot arrows at her. Yeah.
No. Oh God.
That's funny.
That's the one like nerdy.
My
thing
wife would be down.
Share.
If I asked, she'd be like, "All right, just don't kill me."
Only if you're a good shot.
Right? Which I am. So
yeah. I've been thinking, we've been talking about when this fucking illegal imprisonment is over.
Yeah.
What kinds of things we could do with the show and with the team, and I'm really thinking a Ren Fair would be badass.
Dude, yeah. Kansas City's got a really good Ren Fair. Minneapolis has a really good Ren Fair. Phoenix has a fucking awesome Ren Fair.
Kansas City, though, is about halfway between all of us.
Yeah, that would be a good one to do. We could go camp and everything.
It'd be badass.
I'm down.
That would be. I am too. That's only 2.5 hours away from us. It takes us nothing to get there.
Yeah, as long as we don't mind my wife and kids hanging out with us, being Ren Fair kids. Excuse me.
No, that's half the fun.
Right.
And hopefully Zach and Elfie would bring the kids.
That'd be good times.
It'd be fun.
Yeah.
Dre, we could get so drunk and sing old Ren Fair songs.
This would be my first Ren Fair, just FYI.
Really? Never been?
Never.
Okay, what about a Comic-Con? Have you ever been to a Comic-Con?
Nope.
How did we find you?
She just wandered in off the streets.
Right? I'm like, I have my toe in all of this shit, but I'm not like fully
She walked
entrenched
in,
in any of it.
She kicked down the door and she was all, "I'm Dre and I'm here."
She has a soft spot.
Standing around.
Dre's got a soft spot for geeks and nerds. If she didn't, she wouldn't keep us around.
She likes nerds.
Are you gonna play D&D on D&D, Dre? Are you gonna develop a character and do it and try it?
I've never played D&D.
I know
that makes it all the more fun.
Now that we're hosting a game, right? Pretty regular game. Are you gonna get involved? Are you gonna try it out?
Are we hosting a regular game? I didn't know we were hosting a regular game. Is that what we're doing on Monday nights, right?
I think so. Yeah, it's Mondays, isn't it?
So that collided with my manic Mondays when I was doing my whining on the internet. I stopped doing that.
I'm always in meetings.
I stopped doing that. So people were watching it, but it was mostly just my aunts, my aunts. You know what I mean? And they care. They care about me. They want to know how I'm feeling. They care about my feelings. But then I figured I could just pick up the phone and give them a call, which they appreciate more.
Did they ever? Because my aunts will. I'll make a post on Facebook and they'll come in and be like, "You take this down right now."
No.
You're better than this. What did you just say? Like my cousins don't. My cousins are like, "Oh yeah, she did that."
Yeah. My cousins are down like James Brown.
My cousins are amazing.
I miss that life. I miss being a kid and growing up with my cousins. I'm glad my kids get that.
Dude, when this Tiger King thing came out, one of my cousins texted me and she's like, "What the fuck, dude?"
I bet that was fun.
There's like, and my sister made a post about it. She just says something about, that face when you're hating quarantine and sick of it, so you turn on Tiger King and see your sister.
I was seriously waiting to see you, and I'm like, oh, there it is, blue hair. There's Aaron. And so I'm taking. There's like 3 different points where you can see you.
Yeah, one of them is my face when they're talking about Travis's death and the press conference. I'm there because we went immediately. Yeah. And people are like, why would you even have a conversation with a candidate like that? So here's the deal in Oklahoma. The party has no control over who runs. None.
Right.
So your choice as a chair, Dre, you'll get this. Scott, you'll get this. Your choice when you're in leadership is you can absolutely shun somebody like that. You can absolutely disassociate. Regardless, everywhere they go, they're telling people they're part of your family.
Right.
Right. And they've
got, you want to try and control that message.
They've got a card right there that says they are part of your family.
Yeah.
They become like the creepy uncle that nobody wants to sit next to at Thanksgiving. Right? Still part of the family. You still got to invite them. And they do a lot less damage to your brand when you kind of have your ear to the ground, that whole keep your friends close thing, right?
Sure.
And when tragedy happens to your crazy uncle, you still send a sympathy card, right? You still show up.
You have to, right?
What they did to him was not right.
Look,
I mean, for sure he did some things I completely disagree with.
Sure, but 22 years?
Yeah, and nail him for what he did wrong, not whatever you can throw at the wall, make stick. That's fucking bullshit, and that's not how it's supposed to work.
And like, dude, too, like the Thanksgiving scene in there when he's feeding everybody in that fucking community for Thanksgiving, he did that. He did that because he thought it was the right thing to do. Yep. That wasn't prompted. It wasn't staged. He'd been doing it for a really long time. The toy run, he worked with a bike club, a motorcycle club, and they did a toy run, right? And these weren't like the cheap little afterthought Dollar Tree toys, right? This is like a full kitchen set for little girls, or a bike, or he did that shit.
And it was the follow-up episode, the 8th one that they did. Josh made sure to mention that, he's like, for everything that he was and everything that he did that I disagreed with or whatever, he did do nice things for the community out of just the goodness of his heart because he wanted to. And one of those things was, the feeding on Thanksgivings and things like that.
I think it highlights, it's really easy as individuals, especially in this type of hyper media society, right? That it's really easy to sit back and judge based on one or two things people have done. And there are some things, right, that are so heinous that people can do that absolutely they should be judged for those things. Absolutely, we should say, that child predators deserve some comeuppance, or at very least shouldn't be associated with. Absolutely, we can do that. But I think it's really important to remember that it's never black and white. It's really easy as people to paint every situation as black and white. Everything's a fucking dichotomy, right? It's right or it's wrong. It's A or it's B. And rarely is that ever the fucking case.
Right. I mean, there's a difference between a child predator that's 50 going after a 15-year-old versus a 19-year-old that's going after a 17-year-old.
Right.
You know what I mean? There's a way big
I
difference.
wouldn't classify the 19-year-old as a predator.
But technically.
But legally they are.
Legally
right.
they are.
And look, I will tell you, here's the other thing. Even when we talk about
unless you're in Nevada, and then they're not.
Look, even when we talk about the 50-year-old guy going after this 17-year-old girl, it's really easy to ignore.
I said 15. 15.
No, our 15-year-old girl. It's really easy to ignore that those cases happen in the opposite as well. We saw it with Rob Lowe. You guys remember the Rob Lowe case, right?
Truth.
I don't.
So Rob Lowe is at a hotel, in the hotel bar.
Like, what year was this?
God, years ago. 80s, 90s, 90 something.
89, 90, 91, somewhere in there.
Okay.
Picks up a chick who is drinking in the bar.
Okay. So it's safe to assume she's 21.
She says
18 at the time, probably.
Okay.
She says, you want to go back to my room? And he says, yeah, let's go. So they go back to her room and they hook up, and she has it all on video. And it turns out she is a minor who had been staying at that hotel with her mother.
That's entrapment.
He served time for it.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, I did not know that. How much did he get for that? Please, someone look that up. It's going to miss
6 months.
Well,
that's not awful, but still, that's sickening. If it was anybody else, that would ruin their life. If it was a regular person who is not famous, done.
Yep, all day long, and that does still happen too. There absolutely are minors who are sexual predators.
Like the guy, oh God, what's his name? I had it on the tip of my tongue, where they were trying to get him for the 3D gun printing and they couldn't do that. So then they set him up with a underage prostitute who said she was of age, of course. And then.
Right. It's going to happen. Dude, I did that. I went to bars underage with my fake ID and picked up much older people. I did.
But you weren't trying to get them in trouble. You were just
I wasn't. But look, ultimately, it wouldn't have mattered. It wouldn't have mattered. And a couple of them had names, right? And so they don't know. They don't know. They picked me up at a bar. I was being served. Right? So it could have, regardless of my intent, I was incredibly negligent because I was a child who wasn't fully comprehending the situation I could be potentially putting somebody in. All it would have taken would be to run into a teacher at a mall.
Yeah.
Or at dinner or the bar.
Yeah.
Right.
Right? That's all it would have taken.
Yeah.
Those seem like such fragile careers. You know what I mean? One little thing,
well, and Beasley's right.
Suggestion in your direction could just end it all.
Right. And Beasley's right. If a 40-year-old woman hooked up with a 16-year-old boy drinking at a hotel bar, she wouldn't even been arrested.
Probably not. She wouldn't have done any jail time for sure.
And when women, we've seen numerous cases of female teachers who sexually molested or assaulted a student. What's the chick, Mary Kay Paterno? Not Paterno, Mary Kay, what the fuck was her name?
Oh, I know who she was a teacher.
Yeah,
they got married and had kids after she went to jail.
Divorced.
His
name was Billy Falau. I remember his name.
Oh, what was her name? Who was Mary Jake Fraterno? Was she a murderer?
I think so. No, she was Joy Buttafuoco's wife, maybe.
You got the Google device in your hand. You can probably look that up.
I'm trying.
I'm trying to do a
It
show.
was Mary Kay Letourneau. We're right. It was Mary Kay Letourneau.
Oh, she's
You're
on the-
usually really good with names, Aaron, so I trusted you.
So,
I'm
like,
not high
yeah,
enough to be confident.
I felt bad that, you know, she went through all this and then he divorces her to marry somebody his own age. Like, I kind of felt bad, but I was also
don't
like,
feel
what did you
bad. She was
expect?
a grown-ass woman married with children,
Right.
fucking a 14-year-old child.
Right,
I
right.
do
Like,
not
but
feel bad for her.
they thought they were in love. They got married through her whole jail thing, and they got out and had more kids after he was of age. I mean, I'm not saying I agree with her screwing her student by any stretch.
At the same time, we saw a case. Oh fuck, I can't even remember the names. Where a guy, he was the teacher, she was the student. She was 17 or so, and there was a whole lot of flirting and shit going on. He either moved jobs or she graduated, one of the two. They're saying they didn't actually hook up until after she was 18, and they still charged him.
If they couldn't
look, if you're an 18-year-old high school senior and you hook up with your 24-year-old, because many of our high school teachers are indeed that young, your 24-year-old biology teacher, and you're 18, he has committed a crime in every state in this country.
Yep.
Even though you're legal to consent.
Yep.
Because of the relationship.
Because he is your teacher.
Yep. Kids don't get that. They don't get that, you know, there's that
I think it's bullshit, but it is a crime.
I think
the teacher's got a professional responsibility.
Right.
I think maybe you lose your license because it's an ethics violation.
Yep. I'm okay with that.
You go to jail.
I don't ever think I don't want to say a victimless crime, but
if nothing non-consensual occurred before this individual was consentable.
Something ethical occurred, though, for sure.
It is still something ethical, right? So let's treat ethics violations like ethics violations and not like fucking crimes.
Revoke your contract, you're gonna lose your state license, you're not teaching them the state anymore.
Right.
Fair enough.
Right. Or you can't work with minors. You got to go teach at the college.
All right.
So, Scott, question for you. So say you do one of these naughties in Nebraska or whatever, and you're licensed here, and you decide, okay, well, fuck me, I can't do it here. I'm going to go over to Iowa, get relicensed.
So I don't know how that would work, but so there's a thing called reciprocity that happens among states. Right. So if I'm licensed in Nebraska, I could go over to Iowa today and probably get a license to teach in Iowa. I may have to take a class or two.
Okay.
It depends on the state, and it
depends on the states.
What the boo-boo was, right? Because one of the other things is you have to be background checked, fingerprinted background checked.
Yeah, and that's where you get into you're gonna have to do a fingerprint and background check. You got to pass a background check. Mm-hmm. If that comes up on your record, you're not going to get a license anywhere. Right.
Okay.
You're done being a teacher.
Not here. Now you might be able to immigrate to Canada or license.
But in these 50 fucking states, if you get your licensing for doing some of this kind of naughty
for
bullshit,
diddling a kid,
you're not going to get relicensed.
No, you're done.
Okay, you're not going to teach again. You're done. You're done. I would assume so. I would love to assume so anyway.
Yeah, I hope so.
But it just seems that
But you do have to pass a federal background check.
I mean, we see that happen in nursing homes, and you see it happen in long-term care homes too.
And in churches,
churches it's different, but like CNAs, nurses, doctors.
Yeah.
Somebody in a coma will come up pregnant. Things like that do happen, and those people are not going to work anywhere in direct care. They're not. It's going to come up on a background check. And everybody who works in direct care, daycare, all of that shit, you're talking about fingerprinted background checked.
Shit.
The fingerprint.
I want to fingerprint and background check our guitar players when we're auditioning guitar players for Ghost Whale. I want to fingerprint and background check those motherfuckers. You know what I mean?
Why?
We live in such a weird because we practice at my house. You know what I mean? They're gonna be around my wife and my kids, and no, I don't. You know, yeah, but I do like I've got a requirement that I have to meet them
Sure.
before I invite them to my house.
I think that's
Oh, well, yeah.
reasonable.
I think so too, right? Okay, good.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's like very low, like, yeah, that's totally fine. That's not
I mean,
even
unless you're single during quarantine and you're inviting them to your house because you can go to the bar and pick them up, and you got to pick them up on fucking Bumble.
Bumble. Do people still use Bumble?
Oh yeah, are you
I haven't
kidding?
even heard that forever.
Yeah,
I don't even know what a Bumble is.
you better hope your wife keeps liking you, because you'll be screwed if she stops.
Oh no, I'm done. So it wouldn't know regardless. Like if my wife left me or whatever, she's not going anywhere. But like I'm done. Like I'm not. There's no way I would go back into the dating.
What if she wanted to do something weird? What if she wanted to glitter your beard since you guys are all in quarantine?
Okay.
Dre, we need to talk to her because that would be badass.
Oh God.
Yeah, I mean, if that's what she wanted to do, she wouldn't do it. And here's how I know she wouldn't do it: because she believes that glitter is the herpes of art supplies, and nobody wants herpes.
And nobody wants to clean that shit up in their
Nobody
own
wants herpes. Nobody wants that. So,
I don't know, man. There might be. There are people who want HIV.
right, that's true.
What?
Not in our
Wait,
house.
you don't know about this? They call themselves bug catchers, and that's what
Yeah.
they're looking for.
That's what they're
And
called,
they call the individual who is willing to help them acquire the syndrome a gift giver.
Why do they want to get it? Do they say?
There are a lot of reasons. A lot of many of them are gay, and dating within their community has become difficult if you're not positive, because so many people are. For some of them, they feel like outsiders in a community because so many people have it. There are a whole lot of psychological reasons.
Wow.
There are people who have fetishes about removing their
Sure.
own limbs, right?
Well,
Right.
yeah. There's
There
a
are
lot
people
of
who have
odd things.
collectively have limbs amputated. I mean, it happens.
I saw the SVU. I know. They're so much more beautiful now.
That's
I mean,
funny.
look, as long as they're not hurting anybody but themselves, I try not to like throw around a whole lot of shade, but I understand the school of thought that individuals who would partake in certain activities must be damaged in some way or are mentally ill or whatever. Well, that may not be untrue. I saw a study not too long ago that said something like some astronomically high number, 90% or some shit of all Americans are walking around suffering from PTSD. So some form of PTSD or another. It's absolutely possibly true. My response to it though is if I get if I'm diabetic, there's a treatment, right? I take insulin and I watch my diet. So even if the argument is that people who are involved in the BDSM circles or whatever circles are mentally ill or they wouldn't do that, even if you're correct and they are, that is the treatment.
That's the coping mechanism that seems to work.
That's how you treat it, right?
Right.
So why do you care?
Well, if you are happy doing that and can find others to participate, I'd
Well,
say
there's
that's
lots of others, but
better than putting drugs or like spending thousands of dollars sitting on some fucking couch talking about bullshit that's not going to help you.
Now, look, I might do all of that too. I'm not going to rule any of those things
That
out.
might work
Sure.
for somebody, right? That
But
might
what
work
I'm
for-
saying, right, the prescription is not always the same. Everyone is built
Right.
and made up differently.
Everyone's different, right?
Right. We have this innate need, right, to put people in boxes. And in a lot of ways, I get it. In a lot of ways, I think labels are incredibly valuable.
Well, it's easier to, you're that, you're this. Okay, I
Well,
understand.
look, if somebody's waving some neo-Nazi shit, I know. I don't want to waste any time with them. I know I don't want to go over and take those new neighbors some cookies, right? So in a lot of ways, labels are valuable. I see value
I might
there.
take them to cookies, but it'd be different kind of cookies. Here's some laxative cookies.
Oh my God. You just sent them sugar-free gummy bears.
Right?
What about that one, Dre? Do you know about the sugar-free gummy bear thing? Google sugar-free gummy bear.
Are they Olean?
So they're They're sweetened with sorbitol, which is a laxative.
Oh.
Sorbitol is like baby laxative. It's a sweetener, but it has a laxative effect. So when you read some of the reviews, like crazy funny. Listen to some of the videos. There were people who were reading the reviews, like journalists that were like, and podcasters and bloggers going, nah, no way, I'm gonna try this out, and videotaping the entire.
Oh God, yeah, no, thank you.
Yeah, it's bad. You can hear him in the other room going, oh my God, I'm gonna die. No more.
How many did they have to eat?
The bag.
A lot.
Oh, Jesus.
A whole bag. Wow, that's too much.
Dude,
Mercedes posted in here that mental health is so goddamn important. I just want to reiterate that fact. Mental health is super goddamn important, by the way. If you're feeling like you got to talk to somebody, always feel free to reach out to me. I'm happy to talk to you guys.
Yeah, or hit us up on the page, man. We know shit's tough for everybody right now, right?
Yeah, everybody. Like it's real hard for everybody. I feel like I came through the dark side. I think I came through the darkness. I was feeling really, really depressed there for a while, really down. And the thing that changed for me is I made it a point to get out every day and get the fresh air with my kids. Going out, we've been hiking, we've been walking, we've been biking. Every day we've been making a point of doing that. And it's just been, I think, a huge difference maker for me. Just kind of feel like I'm defying the governor's recommended 6 steps for healthy living or whatever we're calling it these days. But at the same time, it's like, I got to get out of the house, right?
Like, I'm going to sound like a broken record nurse, right? And all my friends who are nurses are going to be like, oh, yeah, I'm glad you said that. And everybody else is going to be like, fucking nurses. But stay hydrated. Drink water.
For sure.
Drink water.
For sure. That's a huge part of it, right?
I cannot stress that enough.
That's in the teacher's circle, too. The teachers' self-care, they're all about just staying hydrated. Drink water.
All the shitty stuff that happens to us as we age, the majority of it is linked to some level of dehydration, right? Like drink water. Don't drink so much that you kill yourself.
Right. That's a thing too, right?
That is a thing.
There's a calculator. Look it up. There's a calculator for your weight.
Do you guys remember that chick that drank, it was like a whole shit ton of sweet tea and died from the sweet tea? Tea is full of tannins. So that will cause like kidney failure, urinary tract failure in large doses.
Yeah, bad, right?
Yeah. So not only is she overhydrating to the point of like water drowning, but she's loading herself with these tannins that are shutting down her systems. Insane. It was insane. So like 50 gallons in a day or some shit.
Oh my God. I thought that if you drink a lot of tea, it would have the opposite effect. It would dehydrate you because it sucks.
It can, but there is still free water in there, right? The percentage of free water is much less. So if that's all you're drinking, but when you're drinking it at the levels she was drinking it at, just some ungodly. I don't know how she didn't just live on the toilet.
Right.
She was at a bladder the size of Montana.
Montana's a pretty big state. Not as big as Alaska, but.
Yeah, Alaska's huge.
Right.
It's
looking pretty appealing these days.
People are like, the death toll in the United States is 5 times higher than any industrialized country. Every one of those countries will fit in Texas, people.
Right.
With room to spare.
Right.
With room to spare. Of course, our death toll's higher. We're bigger, a lot bigger.
That's the thing that drives me absolutely bonkers about every single argument people have about, well, look at them and this country, they're doing this and they have this and this and this. Well, their country is the side of Rhode Island and they have 10 people. Okay. Let's see them do it with 320 million. Okay.
The other one I've seen that like I want to kind of dispel a little bit, and I'm absolutely not saying that our economy is not in serious jeopardy. It is, right? This is a horrible, horrible time for us economically. The price of oil's in the goddamn toilet. Since we devalued our dollar, removed it from the gold standard, it has been tied to oil, whether officially or not, it is. So yeah, it's a bad thing. But the other thing I keep seeing is the unemployment numbers, right? Unemployment numbers are 4 times or 5 times or whatever higher than they were in the Great Depression. So is our fucking population.
Yep.
The percentage is still very close. And I'm not saying we're not in a depression. We are. We won't feel it in the same way, largely because of plastic, right? We won't feel it in the same way, but it's there and it's been there for a long time. But give me a fucking break, man.
Yeah, people need to take into consideration numbers and, you know, the proportions.
The death toll's higher here than it was in the Spanish flu. So's the fucking population.
Yeah. Weird.
Go figure.
Weird numbers and math and stuff. Ah.
And how don't challenge my cognitive dissonance.
That's funny. Ladies, it's been a wonderful evening.
It has. So you ready to wrap?
Here's to us being in quarantine, enjoying some moments together.
Cheers. And y'all, if you're watching and you're in quarantine and you're feeling lonely, you see how we're dealing with this shit, right? There's all kinds of video chat room applications that are free, that are really user friendly. Use them. Hang out with your friends.
Do a virtual happy hour. It's helpful.
Yeah, I hate the term social distancing.
Me too.
Stop using that term. Do not distance yourself socially. I'm fine with some physical distancing, right? If that's what we need to do, that's what we need to do. If that's what makes you feel safe.
Yeah, let's use accurate language.
Right,
let's
but don't
physical distance.
Yes.
Social distancing, it's dangerous. Don't do that.
Cool.
All right. Good night, everyone. Thank you for joining us.
Good night. We love you.
Love you guys.